These are some of my favorite wings. They are sweet and tangy and peppery and a lot garlicky. So addictive. Hey everyone, I'm Flo, Dude is behind the camera, and we're all about simple food, simple faith. Chicken wings are one of our favorite things to eat. I remember when we used to go out during our college days and wings were only like 25 cents each. And now I have no idea how much they are, but when you make them at home, they're super tasty. And even though we can't get exactly the same crunch as deep fried wings, we can do a really good job with the air fryer. Our two favorite places for chicken wings is a restaurant in San Francisco called San Tong and one here in Vancouver called Phnom Penh. We're going to replicate the ones from Phnom Penh here in our city. They're super easy to make, just like all my recipes. We're starting with a 1/4 cup of fish sauce. Quarter cup of sugar. We're going to dissolve the sugar in here. Okay, 1 lime. And with limes and lemons, if you want to get more juice out of them, you can bring them up to room temperature, for one. And secondly, if you roll them like this, apparently it gives you more juice. I don't know if it's true or not, but this lime is pretty juicy.
It looks pretty full.
I know. These are really juicy limes. Adding this to the fish sauce mixture. Okay. And we're going to add 4 cloves of garlic. You can add more if you want, but we're adding even more garlic later. I'm just going to put them through my garlic press to my bowl here. I don't have to do that. I can just add it straight into here. What am I doing?
Can't be bothered.
I know, right? Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to crush all the garlic and use half of it for here and half of it for later. But I can't be bothered with that right now. We're making 4 pounds of chicken wings today. If you don't need that much, you can definitely just cut this recipe in half. But we like to eat a lot of wings. So we're just going to make all of it. And we're going to mix this around. And then we're going to let it marinate in the fridge for 20 minutes to 30 minutes. You don't want to marinate this for more than an hour because the lime juice will then start breaking down the texture of the wings, and you don't want to do that. So maximum an hour, we're putting it in the fridge to marinate for 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, so we've let the wings marinate for about 30 minutes in the fridge, and now I'm going to coat them in a potato starch, and I find potato starch makes things crispier in the air fryer, which is why I'm using that. If you don't have potato starch, you can always use cornstarch. Start with about half a cup, and you can always add more. I hate when recipes call for a full cup of flour or whatever to do your breading, and then you find you only need a little bit. So start with half a cup. You can always add more. These wings are really big too. Try to shake off excess liquid because that will hinder your frying attempt. They need to be somewhat dry, but I also want this potato starch to cling on to them. You just want to lightly dredge them in the potato starch so that they're lightly coated and not too much excess starch on them. Unless you want to deep fry them, that's totally up to you. All right, so I think this will all fit into one batch in my air fryer, and I will just save the remaining so that I can just show you how to get it started. If you take a look, I still have all this potato starch in my plate, and this was the initial half a cup that I used, and I was able to get all those dredged. So I can still use more of this for the remaining wings. So I finally picked up one of these Evo sprayers, and it's amazing. So I'm just gonna squirt. It sprays in a line so that things are evenly covered. So I'm just gonna give this a flip, spray the other side before I put them in the air fryer. So I preheated my air fryer at 400 just for a couple of minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Just to warm it up. Okay, spraying the other side. Then I'm using my Phillips today. I have to say that cooking them in the Phillips is just superior to cooking it using that KitchenAid toaster oven, air fryer that I picked up. Now, I love it for all the other things I can do in it, but air frying, I do not love it. I still prefer the Phillips here. Now I'm wishing that I just picked up a bigger Phillips, but oh well.
Maybe there will be a Philips double XL in your future, Flo.
Maybe. Anyways, that KitchenAid air fryer, the fan is not as powerful and it doesn't circulate the air like this air fryer does. So I'm just gonna have to live with this, which is fine. It's just a little bit more effort, but you all know I can't be bothered with a whole lot. So anyways, I'm trying to space out the wings. I will toss them, try to give them as much surface area to crisp up as possible. You want to cook this at 400 for about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how big your wings are. These wings are gigantic. Okay, 400. Put it in for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to stir it, and then I will cook it for another 10 minutes. There are a few more ingredients to add, so while the wings are frying up, I am chopping up 2 green onions. Okay, and I'm using, I don't know how much cilantro is here. You're gonna get about 2 tablespoons worth, I guess. Maybe a little bit more. And if you don't like cilantro, don't use it. No one's forcing you to do it.
The question is, why don't you like cilantro?
I know. I don't understand why some people think that it tastes like soap. All right, so it's more than 2 tablespoons. Maybe not. All right, so you'll need another lime for the dipping sauce. Okay, the juice is going in a bowl. I'm gonna add a pinch of salt. And about half a teaspoon of black pepper. You want the sauce to look kind of grayish. So you can adjust the black pepper as you wish.
Are your hands getting tired yet?
Just about. I'm gonna do a stir in a second. Oh, I can totally smell it. Looking pretty gray to me.
Looking pretty opaque.
Making sure all the salt is also dissolved in there. Now the garlicky part. We're gonna melt a 1/4 cup of butter. I know it sounds like a lot, but remember we're doing 4 pounds of wings. So really it's just 1 tablespoon per pound. And we want to melt this butter, and we're gonna turn the heat down to low. All right, turning this down to low now. Don't want it to burn. Just finish melting this piece of butter. All right, now I had minced another 4 cloves of garlic. And you don't have to do this part, but this is, oh, you can't not if you love garlic. We want to slowly cook this garlic so that it infuses the butter. And the garlic is cooked through, but not burnt. And you're adding this extra garlic to the wings to give it an extra kick. Okay, and we're gonna let this cook for about 3 to 4 minutes, making sure that it doesn't brown, or burn, I should say. A little browning is okay, just don't burn it. I'm just gonna add a pinch of salt, because we want to bring out that flavor, because you know, it's not flavorful enough as it is. Right, I think that's it. We'll turn off. And now we're just waiting for the wings to be done. They're almost done.
Crispy.
It looks super crispy, looks so yummy. Okay, I'm gonna transfer the wings into the bowl. I'm just gonna do a small batch for now and finish the rest after. Oh, you can hear how crispy they are. All right, we're gonna add 1.5 tablespoons of this garlic. Some of the cilantro, some of the green onions, and we're gonna toss this. And we're also adding just a pinch of sugar, maybe 2 pinches. Okay, and toss that in as well. It just adds just a little sweetness to every bite. All right, are you all ready for?
Oh yeah.
Although I love hot wings, these Asian wings have a special place in my heart. Not in any particular order. The Phnom Penh wings and the wings at Santong in San Francisco. They just have the simple but yet complex flavors that come together, and it really just, wow, party in your mouth and then a party in your tummy, you know? It's so good. The salt, fat, acid, and heat just come together. Let's get into this thing. That added step of tossing it in the butter and the garlic, it's all there. It's all there in the flavor. And the bits of garlic that you bite into, so good, but not good for your breath. I can definitely taste the flavor of the butteriness and the garlic. Butteriness, is that a word? Okay, so before I finish this whole thing, I'm gonna dip it into the sauce. Is that okay? I'm just gonna go for it. So this lime and pepper sauce, exactly what I expected. That acid from the lime and the heat from the pepper. Wow, I love that. There's so much flavor going on here. Oh, amazing, amazing.
Remember, I made 4 pounds of wings today, so if you want to make less than that, make sure to cut all of the ingredients in half. Just like all my other recipes, just a few simple ingredients will make such a delicious meal at home. Some of you may be wondering where the kittens are. Unfortunately, while we're filming, we have to put them in their room since they are not trained to sit and watch yet. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we introduced our new family members last week. You can check out their channel, Coffee with Kaya, on YouTube and Instagram. For more chicken wing recipes, check it out. I will see you over there.